Welcome to this Tutor to You Sociology topic video on stratification and differentiation. In this video we're going to look at the transnational capitalist class and the work of Leslie Sklair. Leslie Sklair's 1995 Sociology of the Global System looks at the emergence of the transnational capitalist class, or the TCC, and provides a pivotal analysis of how globalization has fostered the development of a class of global elites whose influence transcends national boundaries. Sklair's work focuses on understanding the dynamics, structure and implications of this emerging class within the context of the global economy and society. In this video we're going to look at the methodology, the context and the key findings of Sklair's work. The late 20th century marked a significant shift in global dynamics due to the rapid acceleration of globalization. Economic liberalisation, the rise of multinational corporations, and advancements in communication and transportation technologies facilitated unprecedented global interconnectedness. Sklair's research was motivated by the need to understand how these changes were creating a new class structure that could not be adequately explained by traditional nation-centric frameworks. Sklair introduces the concept of the transnational capitalist class, or the TCC, to describe a group of global elites who operate beyond the confines of their national origins and wield significant influence over the global economy. Key characteristics of the TCCs include economic power. Transnational capitalist class holds significant economic resources, primarily through their roles in multinational corporations and global financial institutions. They have the ability to influence economic policies and practices on a global scale. Members of the TCC often have strong connections with political leaders and international organisations, which enables them to shape policy decisions that facilitate global capital accumulation. Thirdly, the TCC also exerts considerable cultural influence, spreading norms, values and lifestyles that support and legitimise their economic and political dominance. And finally, transnational networks. TCCs are characterised by their extensive networks that span across multiple countries and regions. These networks are essential for maintaining their influence and coordinating their activities on a global scale. Sklair's methodology employed a combination of theoretical analysis and empirical investigation. Sklair developed a theoretical framework that integrated elements of Marxist theory, world systems theory and global capitalism. This framework helped to conceptualize the TCC as a class that emerges from the global capitalist system. Sklair also conducted detailed case studies of key sectors and organizations that exemplified the transnational capitalist class. These included multinational corporations, global financial institutions and international policy-making bodies. And finally, Sklair analysed data on corporate ownership, executive positions and interlocking directorships to map out the networks and structures that underpinned the transnational capitalist class. Sklair's research uncovered several critical aspects of the emergence and operation of the TCCs. They were deeply embedded in global corporate networks. These networks were characterised by members having interlocking directorships. This is where individuals hold multiple positions across different corporations, which facilitated coordination and cohesion within the TCC. Members of the TCC also have significant influence over global governance through their involvement in international organisations such as the World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, and the World Trade Organization, the WTO. They use these platforms to promote policies that favour global capital. In other findings, Sklair outlined that the TCC plays a key role in shaping global culture and ideology through their control of major media outlets, educational institutions and cultural industries. They spread a neoliberal ideology that legitimises their dominance and promotes consumerism and market-driven values. And finally, economic and social impacts. the activities of the TCCs have profound impacts on global economic and social structures. They contribute to increasing economic inequalities both within and between countries. Their emphasis on profit maximisation often leads to environmental degradation and the exploitation of labour in the global south. Sklair's work has significant theoretical implications for understanding globalisation and class dynamics. Sklair challenges the traditional nation-state approach to class analysis. He argues that the transnational capitalist class represents a global class that cannot be adequately understood within the confines of national boundaries. Sklair also examined the integration of multiple theories through a theoretical framework that integrated insights from various sociological and economic theories, offering a comprehensive perspective on the emergence of the transnational capitalist class. This integrative approach provides a greater understanding of how economic, political and cultural factors interact to produce a transnational class structure. And finally, the impact of global capitalism. Sklair's research underscores the central nature of global capitalism in shaping contemporary social structures, highlighting the role of the transnational capitalist class in driving the processes of globalization and consolidating global capitalist hegemony. While Sklair's research provides valuable insights, it's not without criticisms. Mapping the activities and networks of the transnational capitalist class is methodologically challenging due to the complexity of global corporate structures. Critics have argued that Sklair needed more empirical evidence to substantiate their claims. Other critics suggest that focusing primarily on the transnational capitalist class may overlook the agency and resistance of other social groups, particularly those who are marginalised by global capitalist processes, and Sklair's emphasis on the cultural influence of the transnational capitalist class might overstate the extent of cultural homogenisation. There is significant cultural diversity and resistance to global capitalist values in various parts of the world. Sklair's research on the emergence of the transnational capitalist class offers a comprehensive analysis of how globalization has fostered the development of a global elite that wields significant economic, political and cultural influence. By highlighting the network structures, policy impacts, cultural hegemony and economic consequences of the transnational capitalist class, Sklair's work provides a critical framework for understanding the dynamics of power in a globalized world. In summary, Sklair's research contributes significantly to our understanding of global class structures and their implications. The concept of the transnational capitalist class remains highly relevant in contemporary discussions of globalization. As economic and political power continues to globalize, understanding the role and influence of the transnational capitalist class is crucial for analysing current and future trends in global governance, economic policy, and cultural production. That concludes this Tutor to You Sociology topic video looking at stratification and differentiation, focusing on the work of Leslie Sklair on the transnational capitalist class. Thanks for watching.